got some back today. All right, let's start with some scorpions. So flat on our belly, one leg up, and whip that scorpion tail up and around. Oh, stretch out that lower back, upper back. You're trying to twist your upper body and lower body in the opposite directions. So it's gonna be challenging, number one. Number two, try not to lift your shoulders up so far off the ground because you really wanna keep that upper body as flat as possible to get that lower body stretch. Rinse and repeat on the other side. Don't forget to breathe into it. And start pressing the range of motion a little bit by reaching that hand up and out away from your foot. And the same thing with that foot. Start inching your foot away from your hand, trying to create that diagonal kind of energy, so to speak. What does that mean even, so to speak? I say that a lot. What do I mean by when I say that?
Oh, yeah.
Kimberly, what does that mean, so to speak?
I don't know.
Do you ever say that?
No.
I think it's like a filler phrase, right?
Yeah.
So to speak. Great stretch for your lower body, lower hip, back area. All right, once you got equal amount on both sides, let's take it. Child's pose for a second. Actually, let's start in a high plank. High plank. Press your hips back into a pike, down dog. Push your hands into the floor. Lift the chest up, look in between your hands, press your hips back, try to get your heels flat on the floor. Take a deep breath. Let it out. Then drop down to a cobra. Pressing your hips into the floor. It's Friday. We need to open up. It's been a long week. Yeah, snow shoveling here in Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Good. Really press the hands into the floor. Lift the upper back up. Look behind you if you can, as far back as you can. Squeeze the glutes. Make sure you keep that nice, tall, long neck. Then drop your knees. Then push your hips back to a little child's pose here. Same thing though, press your hands into the floor, try to push your hips back closer to your heels. And then walk your hands all the way to the left. And then bring your right hand over your left. Pressing into the floor, keeping the hips back. Rotate the upper body up and toward the right side. So you're going to open up that right lat area. Keep breathing. Three breaths. Then walk to the center. And walk all the way to the right. And bring that right hand. Excuse me. Bring the left hand over your right. Press your hand into the floor. Left shoulder up and around. Three breaths and then walk yourself back to the center. Yes, let's get into it. First up, warm up. Plank with rotation. So we're starting in a high plank position here. Hands under your shoulders. And then we're going to take a nice wide base with our feet. Because you're going to rotate up and around. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, wrist, nice straight line. Also my hips are rotating. I have hip over my hip, so that's also stacked. Okay, here, back to center, and then rinse and repeat on the other side. You're doing 3 each side, then you're gonna add 3 each side. Okay, this is a plank with rotation. Next up, do hanging knee raise. You can do hanging knee raise if you'd like, or if you want to do a V up, which is similar to the muscles that are working with the hanging V up, really simple stuff. Flatten our back, big exhale the way up, whoa, and then back down. I gotta get my Pilates game back up.
You know how much you love it.
What's up?
You know how much you love it.
I do love it, and I need it. But V-ups, let's do 5, adding 5 each time. That's gonna get nice and spicy. Your third exercise is gonna be a side plank. So, just talked about stacking everything. So, the elbow is gonna be stacked underneath the shoulder for the best support. I actually literally put my hand back here to make sure I'm pressing into the floor enough to feel those obliques and the abs get fired up. And also my lats. Lats need to work as well, okay? Same thing with the hips. Hips are stacked. Now, first option would be here. This would be the easiest probably. Next would be leg is straight. Third would be feet stacked, ankles stacked. And then fourth would be here, star. Okay, either one work, but start with 20 seconds each side, then add 20 seconds each side.
Oh, come on.
Yeah! All right, feel it. And then next up, exercise 1 is going to be your gorilla row. Hips are low. Trying to pull that kettlebell up toward here, but also maintaining a good strong posture, and don't let that shoulder rise down or fall down. You want to be up. Again, pulling those hips back, following the path with the elbow. Alternating, alternating, simple stuff. And then your opposing muscle group. So floor press, obviously you're on the floor, elbows are going to touch the ground, and you're pressing straight up. Okay, so it's going to be more chest and delts, and well, same exercise really, but you're just limiting your range of motion by being on the floor. Now, I would suggest bringing in some core, because why not? So bring your knees up into a dead bug position. Think about tucking that butt underneath, flattening lower back. Now you can do your floor press here. Okay, so if you were to go a little bit heavier, you can do just a regular floor press. If you wanted to go lighter, you can also do another advanced exercise while being in this dead bug position. Okay, either one work. We're doing 12 reps there. And then your farmer's hold is a great complement hold to the upper back shoulder area. Just pull the shoulders back. Try not to let them raise up. That's not where the work comes in. The work comes in just by gripping the dumbbells and making sure your shoulders are back. Okay? And you might as well get your glutes and trunk nice and tight as well, right? Think about a vertical plank. Everything is nice and tight. Okay? Really simple stuff. Grab onto those dumbbells or kettlebells and find a weight that's going to be a challenge for you. Okay? Your wrist and your grip, probably your weakest link. Right? So if you're trying to pull yourself up, and maybe your back is strong, your shoulders are strong, but your grip sucks, your hand grip or your forearms, then you're not going to be able to do a pull-up. Right? So we don't leave any stone unturned here. We work everything. But I'm like an open book. Let's get rocking and rolling. Finisher, Tabata, times 2. 2 exercises. One's isolated for the back and one's more core cardio. Okay, first one, back widow. Flat on our back. Think about elbows being driven into the ground to lift your chest up. Okay, arching your lower back. Try not to use your abs as much. I mean, they're going to be contracting because you're sitting up, but really try to get those shoulders back and then pinch into each other, so to speak. So you're trying to do this, but on your back. Okay, so that motion is going to get all the upper back muscles engaged. That's 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. And then Renegade row, high plank position. Open up your stance for a better base of support. Trying to keep your hips square, squeeze your glutes. Pressing into one arm and pulling the other one back. Nice proud chest. Okay, alternating without trying to move those hips. That's where the goal, that's where the work comes into play. Closer you are together, the more difficult. I'm not sure if I really have to work for that. But here, I can do this all day long. Okay? My hips don't move. So, start wide and then work yourself in.
can't use weights for the whole time, perfectly fine. You can still do a nice, good, solid high plank. You can still get that kind of 3-point plank while getting your upper back engaged. Let's go.